Guys, normally if we were in class together, we would read this article together. But since we have very few moments when we can actually be together, especially this week and the week before, and possibly in the future, we're going to have some difficult weeks ahead of us. So I thought I'd read the article to you. You can read along quietly as I'm reading it. And then you'll respond to the assignment that I have posted, where I want you to talk about one advantage and one disadvantage and how it affects you. So follow the directions on that, and let's get started. So this article is called 13 Advantages and Disadvantages of Social Networking Sites. And we're reading this clearly because we are in the middle of learning about networking, which is expanding your circle of people, not just friends or family, but people that you can go to for advice, find a job, talk about colleges or just social interests as well. So social networking sites are the major platform on the internet for communication and exchange of information since the early 21st century. The social media platforms get updated regularly with features depending upon the need of the users and usage pattern. In the early stage of the social networking era, people from all around the world started using it to connect with friends and families, to share and communicate through photos or text messages. Since the development and rapid growth of the internet speed, the usage increased more towards generating and sharing media, such as photos, GIFs, and videos. There are many different social media sites for a different purpose. For example, LinkedIn is a social network for professionals, while Snapchat is a social network targeted mostly for teenagers. There are also many drawbacks and benefits of social media platforms. Let's dive in. Social media advantages and disadvantages. Modern social networking sites are not just about connecting and sharing information. Such platforms are being used for many different purposes. Most people are still using social media for social purposes, while many are using it for the business purpose. Government, security agencies, researchers, etc. are all also using social media for official business or official purposes. Though the usages and user behavior is different, social media sites may differ. There are common pros and cons of all social networking sites or social media platforms. For example, there are more advantages for photographers or artists using Instagram, while he or she may not get more benefits or attention on Twitter. Similarly, a journalist or an author may have more pros of using Twitter. So let's talk about the advantages first. Advantages of social media sites. Social media websites are the tools for anyone to make the best use of it. Millions of people around the world are using social media platforms for fundraising, social awareness, promoting local business, and so many other good things. There are so many benefits of social networking sites if used properly. Below is the list of pros of social media platforms. Number 1, networking without border. And we're talking about networking, so that's why I thought it would be a good idea to read this article. Number 1, networking without border. One of the primary goals of any social networking site, networking, is a primary feature any social media platform has to offer. To consider the platform as social networking site. One of the most important and noteworthy advantages of social networking sites is that it enables everyone to connect no matter which country they belong to. And you really are not limited on your sites. You might now only use it to connect with the people that you know, but eventually you'll start reading articles and visiting sites that are from people all over the world. And then you're making connections and you're expanding your network that way. Number 2, instant news and information. Before the social media era, we used to communicate on email and instant messages like Yahoo, AOL, and MSN. All those IMs and communication tools were mostly one-to-one communication. But in social networking sites, communication can be one-to-many instantly. We do not have to look for the news visiting different news websites. The news will find us on the modern social networking sites like Facebook and Twitter. Number 3, great marketing channel for business. Social networking sites are one of the best marketing channels available in this world. Social media marketing is the term described for the marketing technique used on social networking sites or platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, etc. There are currently over 4 billion social media users globally ready to discover your information about your business or service. I mean, how many times have you been talking about something with a friend that you want to purchase, and then next thing you know, you're on Facebook or Instagram and an ad pops up for that very thing? Little freaky that your phone is listening to you, but that's the whole point. If you're selling something that people want, you can put it on Facebook and it'll be seen by billions of people. And that's a good thing. Awareness and activism. Number 4, we have already witnessed the great modern revolutions and events around the world. Social networking sites played a very important role in such revolutions and events like Occupy Wall Street, Arab Spring, the Libyan Revolution, Hong Kong protests, and we can add Black Lives Matter to that. Almost all internet users do use at least one social media platform. It is easy to spread the message and invite many people to take part in events for awareness and activism. For instance, I'll give you an example that I did. I had a tattoo fundraiser a couple of years ago for the Women's Law Center in Philadelphia, and I connected with a local tattoo artist in my area, and we posted it on Facebook. And the day of the event, we worked from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and the line was out the door and around the corner all day long, and we raised like $5,000 for the Women's Law Project, which supports women and families in Philadelphia who can't afford legal services. So it's pretty cool. That's one way to use social media in a positive way. Number 5, exchange of ideas and collaboration. Social networking sites like Facebook do have collaboration features like group and document sharing. One can create a group and start to share ideas and information for a specific purpose. Social networking sites are very useful to collect feedback and comments on various ideas. So I belong to a couple different groups on Facebook. One is for, with vegans, people who eat like I do. Another one is for teachers. Another one is for travel, different connecting with people from all over the world, essentially, to the places that I want to visit. So that's been pretty cool. Number 6, stay in touch. Remember, we're still on advantages. And this is the last one under advantages. Number 6, stay in touch. While ignoring the rest of the advantages of social media, some people prefer to use it just like a contact book. Not being actively engaged in the social feed, social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram are also being used only for communication purposes. Such platforms help us easily stay in touch with friends and family and other like-minded people as well. So you can do that by just being friends with those people and seeing what they're up to, and then they can see what you're up to just by what you're posting. Or you have Facebook Messenger, so you can actually chat with them, and Instagram is the same. You have a chat feature in there as well. So you can use it that way too. All right, those are all the advantages. Some pretty really cool ones if you think about it. Now let's talk about the disadvantages. Disadvantages of social media sites. Like any other tool available for humans, social media websites also have many disadvantages if you do not use it consciously. Unaware social media users may encounter many different types of problems while using social networking sites. Here we list a few, but most important cons of social media that everyone should be aware of. Number one, addiction. This is a real thing. People are addicted to their phones. The compulsive behavior developed due to social networking sites like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, etc. leads to negative effects. Social networking addicts constantly check social media feed or check out people's profiles for hours and hours. The compulsion to use social media can make one social media addict. Research at Chicago University concluded that social media addiction can be stronger than addiction to cigarettes and alcohol. That's pretty intense. Number two, mental illness. Social networking sites are linked to increased risk of mental health problems like depression, anxiety, and loneliness. Too much time spent scrolling through social media can result in symptoms of anxiety and/or depression. Teenagers' mental health is often negatively affected by this culture of comparison as well. So how many times do you look at someone else's feed and think, man, that girl's super pretty and I wish I was as pretty as her, and or I wish I had all the friends she had, or oh my God, why didn't they like my post? This all plays negatively inside your mind, and can turn very quickly into a mental illness. Number three, frauds and scams. This is yet another challenge for social media companies. There are billions of fake accounts on various social networking sites, including Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Facebook removes more than 3 billion fake accounts in 6 months, and 5% of Facebook's monthly active users are fake. That's incredible. And those people are only there to scam other people. Otherwise, they would just have a real account. Number four, misleading information. This is probably the most challenging problem for social media companies. Fake news and misleading information can go viral in no time on social media platforms. On Facebook, more than 80% of people who react on the link do not read the complete article or content, due to which many publishers and spammers are misusing the platforms by sharing fake and misleading information. That is 100% true. I've seen it happen. People, you might post an article that you find interesting, but the title to it is a little controversial, but people will just read the title and go, oh my God, and they'll make all these assumptions about it, and they'll start a fight on Facebook without actually reading the article, which is a problem. It's a real problem. Cyberbullying is huge. Since anyone can use and express on social networking sites, many use it to express hatred and aggression. The public figures are the commonly targeted victims of cyberbullying. Teenagers, in particular, are at risk of cyberbullying through the use of social networking sites like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, etc. Cyberbullying is also associated with depression, anxiety, and an elevated risk of suicidal thoughts. And the worst thing about cyberbullying is that at the end of the day, it doesn't go away. You have access to it 24/7. When I was a kid, we didn't have access to our phones or even to communicate with people 24/7 outside of our families, because we didn't have cell phones and we didn't have computers either. This technology is quite new. You probably don't realize it because you were born into it. But if somebody was bullying me at school, it ended when I went home because I didn't see that person again until the next day. Now, if I was being bullied by someone, they could do it 24/7 through social media, which makes the consequences of depression and mental health issues more elevated. All right, number 6, hacking. Most of the users of social media sites are not fully aware of the security measures they need to take care of while using social media platforms. People share thoughts, personal experience, photos, etc. on social media sites. Such information can be helpful for hackers to hack your accounts in social media, emails, or even your mobile phone. Several personal Twitter and Facebook accounts have been hacked in the past that have affected the individual's personal lives. You can have people hacking into your accounts and spreading false information, looking through your stuff to start fights, using your information to create their own profile, and even, as it says here, dig into your mobile phone and get some really private information like bank accounts and things like that. That could be super problematic. Which leads us into number 7, privacy issues. Your behavior on social media can help people or companies know who you are. It is not hard to find how many friends you meet daily, interact, or what type of food you like. Based on your check-ins on social media, one can easily find where you hang out. Based on your check-ins, browsing history, interaction on various Facebook pages, groups, friends, or even links, bots can suggest the products or services. So there you have it. The pros and cons of social networking sites. You can network without borders. Instant news and information you can get. Great marketing channel for businesses. Awareness and activism. You know this number 3 and number 7 go together, right? So like I said, you could be talking with a friend about a new pair of shoes that you want to buy, and suddenly the pair of shoes ends up on your feed. That's because privacy issues, people are listening, and every click you make and everything you say to someone else is being recorded on your phone, and social media picks up on it. Awareness and activism, exchange of ideas and collaboration. It's funny how there's more cons than there are pros. Addiction, mental illness, frauds and scam, misleading information, cyberbullying, hacking, privacy issues. Those are all real. They're real things that happen by engaging in social media and using it as a network to build your network. So you really just have to be aware. So that's it for the reading of the article. If you have any questions, you can contact me, of course, by email, by text, by phone, or through our classroom, through our Google Classroom stream. Okay? So feel free to listen to this recording, read the article yourself, and then answer the questions that I have posed to you. Have a great day.